how did you learn to manifest for yourself from a place of a lack of confidence and a lack of self-worth?
Well, firstly, now in reflection, I was manifesting, but the wrong direction.
Right.
So I was actually attracting, I think, a lot of negativity to me. And I was constantly thinking, I wasn't making any money. Like, I had no career. I was trying, but at the last moment they'd pull out or they wouldn't want to work with me. And I was for sure manifesting that because I was kept saying to myself, I know it's not going to work. I know this person's going to cancel. I spent so much time on my own. I was so lonely. Like, I truly know the meaning of loneliness at its like deepest level. But when I decided, and I discovered manifesting, and like you say, I realized that it was so closely linked to self-worth. How I started was to start my healing journey. And the first kind of technique I used was to fall asleep to affirmation playlists, because I realized that your subconscious was susceptible as you're falling asleep. But then that was an ongoing journey. And by the way, I'm still on it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm still on that self-worth journey. We spoke before, there are still things that are definitely kind of my blocks. But I don't know if you had this, and because I said before, I wish I was interviewing you.
You're not allowed, Roxy. You're not allowed to interview me today. We will save that for another time. Today's about you and your book. So
when I first heard about kind of self-development, and I would listen to speakers and people would say, oh, it's a lifelong journey of healing. I was like, what do you mean it's a lifelong journey? That sounds hideous. What's the point? I was in this like self-development honeymoon. So at the beginning, when you find healing, and I'd been in this real dark place, and then I start to see changes, I start to see the light, I thought, well, this is it. I'm healed. I'm never going to feel bad again. Like, this is great. And it's exactly like being in a relationship when you start and you're like, I'm never going to argue with this person. We're going to be together forever. And then, time goes on and you realize that's not the case. And now what I realize is that, yes, it is a lifelong journey, but with every single kind of layer you peel off, you open up this huge potential for growth and abundance and opportunity, and you're constantly up leveling. So even when you take a step back, you're still never going back as far as you went. And that for me is really reassuring. And I hope for anyone listening who's also thinking, what do you mean this is an ongoing journey? It's ongoing.